Hi everyone, and welcome back to our series on our planning our Disneyland Paris trip. As you saw from the previous vlog yesterday, we done our bucket list where we said what rides you wanted to do, what shows you wanted to see, but we've recently found out that the Frozen show isn't on when we go, is it?
Okay. Yeah.
Apparently it stops on Tuesday.
What
so
does it stop for then?
I haven't got a clue why it stops. Only stopped in the forums, but so anyway, like I said, we'll have to
be replaced with something else.
I think it might be replaced with something else. I don't know, but then we're probably too busy. So, but obviously that gives ourselves some more time to do other things. But anyway, yeah. So today we are talking about driving in Paris and what you need. So get your cup of tea or your coffee, whatever you're drinking, and we'll show you what you need to plan our trip or plan your trip. So first of all, to travel into France or anywhere, you need your passports.
Yeah, I've got it here. What do I need to drive in France in 2023? Below is a list of items required to bring with you when driving in France in 2023. Right, full valid driving license, which is your which again, if you've got like the photo ID driving license, you're fine. But I don't know if some people still have the paper licenses, because I know they were phasing them out. So I don't know if you still got them. Yeah,
if you got
says here, full valid driving license. Domestic driving licenses are accepted in France as long as they're written in the Roman alphabet. If your driving license is written in any other language, you must have an international driving license.
Well, that's fine, but yeah, because you've got the photo ID driving license, you're absolutely fine.
The paper license is no longer required because not many people have them anymore.
They don't, do they?
Right, we've got proof of ID, passport.
Yeah, which are these things here? Obviously, you can see these are the...
So if she forgets them, we're buggered.
No, don't you worry. That's one thing. When we leave the house, I shall make sure they're in here, because I've got a little plastic wallet here. It's got all the important bits and pieces what we need, so I can definitely make sure they're here. I've also took photos of them on my phone, so I've got them on my phone as well, which is ideal. But yeah, when you travel into Europe and basically anywhere, they recommend you have at least 6 months on these, don't they?
Yeah, you need at least 6 months left on your current passport to be able to go into France.
As you can see, Sammy's runs out 2028 because he's only 15. He's still got a child passport, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So, but then if you check is this my passport? Or is this from Ben's? Oh, this is Ben's, and his runs out January 2023. Yeah, is that right? No, January 33. Sorry.
Yeah, January 2033.
And obviously with Ben's, because we've done Ben's as a disability passport, he doesn't actually need to sign for his, does he?
No.
Which is pretty good. Under the bit where it says about signature, as you can see, I blocked that out. Just there, you can see it says the required pass holder doesn't have to sign, basically. So that's that one good. But then obviously me and Steve would have to sign ours.
Yeah.
As well. So yes, that is the main important part. So it's different in just imagine getting down to the border control in the Eurotunnel. Oh, where are your passports? I left them at home.
Right,
So
once you get through, because it's going to be all new for me to do it, you know, they said you have to go through a security check when you go through the Eurotunnel, don't you?
you do, yeah.
And then you said to me, because Ben and his disability, we might be loaded first or last.
Oh yeah, that's one thing actually. When I booked the Eurotunnel, because I originally booked it over the phone because I wasn't too quite sure how to do it, because we used our Tesco club card vouchers, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we got a little bit of money off. They said about anyone with blue badges and stuff like that. I said yeah. And I said obviously what Ben is, and we'll either get loaded first onto the train or last, but they definitely said to us we'll be on the bottom because obviously Ben's blue badge. But anyway, yeah.
And the thing is to remember that once you're on the train, that you've got to make sure you have your windows down so you don't basically suffocate in your car, because it could get quite hot on that train.
It could, especially if
it's hot outside.
It only takes 35 minutes apparently. So yeah, but apparently from what I can gather is you drive onto the train, you turn your engine off, put it into first gear, and then basically you open the windows basically. But anyway.
What else do we need for the car? Right, first of all we need vehicles registered in the UK must display the letters UK when driving into France.
Which we've got one of these little UK.
Is that a sticker or is that it's a magnetic plate? So
it's
that actually just fit on the back.
Yeah,
so
it sticks on and off. So that's absolutely fine.
I better give Ben's car a good old wash then before.
Yeah. Thing is, again, what might do is might get another one of these just in case they fall off, and they're handy to keep anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, because I noticed a lot of people still are driving around with the GB ones.
But obviously, when we moved out, when we went out the Euro, it changed to UK sticker. That's one thing you notice also with our passports. Some people have still got the red ones.
Yeah.
See, we haven't. We'll say ours are blue. We say they're blue burgundy colour.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's what that is, because obviously from that. And
a French driving kit will have all the items you need and will ensure you avoid hefty on-the-spot fines. This includes reflective jackets for each person in the car. So that is a spare one, because in the door of the car there's one yellow high vis in each of the door sides, because if you have a problem you're supposed to grab it and then jump out.
Yeah, that's one thing actually. You're supposed to have them easy access, not hang on, they're in the boot of you.
And all wrapped up in their plastic like that one.
Yeah. So yes, like I said, this is just a spare one. It's easy to have anyway. But not being nasty. Some of these things you've got in these kits make sense to have on our UK roads anyway.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? So yeah, so those, like I said, we've got one of these each of us in the car. So they need to be handy.
Right, next you need a warning triangle in the event of a breakdown.
This is our warning triangle.
Which is in there. So
I'm not too quite. I don't want to pull it all out. I think you just pull it out from. Oh, there you go.
There you go. Basically, you just set that up a certain amount of way away from the car, don't you?
Exactly. But like I said, we should have this all the time. Basically, we got this kit, and basically we just get it around us all the time now, don't we?
Next thing you need is something called headlamp beam deflectors.
These are these things here.
Someone needs to tell me how you fit them on, because it's going to confuse me.
I'm not too quite sure how you...
What is that on the car there? Is that like the... What is it, the bits on the side, or...?
That's the headlamp. And you see there's just put them on there. I think it's because obviously we drive... Oh, that's the main thing. Remember? To drive on the right side of the road.
No, when you go to France, you'll be on...
Yeah, it's the right side.
Yes. Well, anyway, you come off the Eurotunnel, you're on that side of the road, wherever you like.
Oh, yeah. So that'd be weird for you overtaking on the left and going around the roundabout the wrong way.
You know what? I've got a bad feeling I will make a mistake somewhere, but, you know, it's first time.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so they definitely need some of those.
Thing is, we might, you know, they might not be any use in theory, because it's going to be daylight most of the time now.
I know, but it's always handy to have them anyway, isn't it? Stuff like that.
Well,
so
technically, if it's pouring a rain, do you have to still put your lights on in France when it's raining?
I suppose, of course, most
you will do.
Because the rule of
thumb in the UK is when it rains, you're supposed to put your lights on.
But don't forget, Ben's car automatic lights on Ben's car automatically come on, don't they?
Yeah.
So actually, like I said, that'd be fun. On the Monday, trying to figure out how to put these on.
Right, I don't know if it's still a requirement, but it's got breathalyzers in here.
Yeah, breathalyzers are these things here. Again, it's not a requirement, but obviously they're in the pack. They'll just come with us, but we don't drink anyway, do we?
Well,
so
we're supposed to test ourselves that we're not drunk.
Yeah, like alcohol breathalyzer things. So yeah, these aren't a necessity. They're just a recommendation.
Yeah.
And
next we've got here is spare bulbs.
Yeah,
so that's the universal bulb kit. So I guess that's for all vehicles.
Yeah, I suppose it's all for all vehicles. Legal requirement in some EU countries contains the most popular vehicle bulbs. 100% road legal, meets European EU regulations. And it tells you how to fit them on there.
I don't know, you might not even bother using them, but there's always a chance that you might end up blowing a bulb somewhere.
The thing is, again, not being nasty when you're out and about, even round here. You don't know, because again with Ben's car, because it's obviously a mobility car, it tells you when your tyres are blowing up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I remember we were, where were we coming back from? Was it Great Yarmouth?
We come back from Great Yarmouth last year, yeah. The tyre warning light came on, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I must do before we set off, is check our tyre pressures and tyres, because you never know when you need tyre change, because we've done so many miles on those tyres now.
We have, haven't we?
Have
Yeah.
to get them replaced.
So yes, that's what's
And
in
it
this.
says here first aid kit. Do we want to get a first aid kit?
A first aid kit isn't an essential item anymore. It's just I'm going to try and put it back in here now. It's going to be the fun part. It's an optional thing. So I don't know whether it might be worth just getting the little mini travel first aid kit and we can keep in the car. But like I said, that's not a requirement or nothing like that. So, but not only that, also you need to have special. Hang on, this won't go back up now. So you remember to put that back in the car. But also, when you are travelling, you do need certain regulations and things like that. Obviously, you do need your V5 document, don't you, like your logbook.
Yeah. As we said earlier on, you need your valid driving licence, proof of ID with your passport, got a motor insurance certificate.
Yeah, I've got the motor insurance certificate here.
Because we're driving Ben's Motability car, they have sent us the certificate.
Well, it's not it's not of the logbook as such. It's a VE103 certificate. Basically, it just means they give us proof. They just give us permission to take Ben's car into Europe, basically. And this is actually valid. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. So, which is ideal, because obviously it's still got like who own it, and it's got name and address of person who's company, like registered keeper, which is obviously its Motability, and it's also basically it is a V5 document, but it's got Motability things on it also as well, hasn't it?
The other thing is it's about a clean air sticker. Do we need a clean air sticker? Because
we're not actually going into the centre of France, we don't need a clean air sticker. But if we was going into France, then we needed one, because Disneyland's on the outskirts. Technically, basically, it's like London's version of the congestion charge, basically.
We don't need to stick stickers on our car in this country to say that, do we?
No, we don't. So, but another thing, obviously, like I said, is we got the. There we go. This is we've got loads of paperwork here, as you can see. So here we've got I don't want to show it too much because it's got personal details on it. This is here we've got our travel, our insurance certificate, obviously from Motability, say that me and Stephen are insured to drive the car, even though I don't drive it. You just drive it. Obviously, like I said, we've got our V5 thing. Yeah, so basically that's actually what we've got here, isn't it?
Yeah, and we got things here about that there will be tolls on the way towards Disneyland Paris. So Cheryl will need to sit in the passenger seat, of course, because I can't have Sammy doing that, because most of the stuff's on that side of the vehicle.
You can. We did look at actually on the internet. You can actually buy like a little thing, like a little tag thing that goes in your car. But it's like a subscription service, and we know for the fact of the matter is we're not gonna go there. It's not going to be worth our while, basically, is it?
How does breakdown cover work in France? So say we're out there with Ben's Motability car, can I still use the red ones on the roof?
I imagine you can, because that's the DBS thing. Oh, yes, another thing. Also need to make sure your breakdown cover is up to date. I know with us with Motability, I just phoned them up and said, well, we're travelling to France on such and such a date. They said that's absolutely fine. Now notify the RAC for our breakdown cover, because with Motability you get free breakdown cover for that anyway, so just make sure that's up to date. Again, you don't have to have breakdown cover, but just imagine if you break down on France, it could be expensive, couldn't it?
Yeah. And another driving rule in France is, unlike the UK, it is illegal in France to use devices that warn drivers of speed camera locations. So,
yes, you've got to turn off the going to the sat nav.
Basically on our sat nav we've got to stop it from telling us where the nearest speed devices are.
Yeah.
And it says here, do not wear headphones when driving in France. Well, that's obvious.
That's absolutely fine.
And vehicle traffic regulations in France can land you an on-the-spot fine of up to €750.
Oh yeah, that's also another thing actually about if you're travelling with kids. Kids under the age of 10 aren't allowed to sit in the front.
Yeah, it says here, don't put children in the front seat if they're under the age of 10 unless you are using a special child restraint adapted for their age and size.
Yeah, because it is actually off Nimmerdig, isn't it? So
there is lots of availability of unleaded petrol, diesel, fuel and lubricating oil in France. Automated petrol pumps are operated by debit and credit card, and there is an increasing number of electric charging points, just in case anyone's
that's good, but I do believe as you come off the Eurotunnel there is a service station there anyway, isn't there?
Yeah, we've seen quite a few vlogs, and apparently someone called Bonjour, wasn't it? Something service station, just as
and there's
that
other one halfway too, isn't it?
Yeah,
but
I'm not pronouncing the word because it sounds dirty.
It sounds rather rude. Begins with an A, so we're probably pronouncing it wrong and things like that.
Right.
So
overtaking in France, generally the rule is to drive on the right, basically driving on the right and overtake on the left. So basically us in the UK we drive in the left hand lane when we're on the motorway, but over there it's on the right and you have to overtake on the left. So it's like if you're in the fast lane and you're overtaking like that.
it is. So
It says vehicles travelling uphill on steep gradients have right of way over those travelling downhill. Trams are normally overturned. I don't think we're going to come against any trams, are we?
I don't think we'll come back any trams, nothing like that, no.
Yeah, and anything else here we want to go? Oh, that's that one.
Oh yeah, I thought so. That one's a bit rude, that one is, isn't it? That one's a bit rude, so...
France uses the free colour traffic light system. Done everywhere, uses red, amber and green.
Yeah. Oh, there's another thing actually, about when you... Well, obviously, like I said, when you drive into France, basically you can take your own stuff with you. But since we left the EU, there's certain things you can't take with you now. Obviously, you can't take no fresh meat, like milk or fresh dairy products or fresh fruit with you, can you?
Well,
Basic.
you ask yourself this: if you're going like fresh meat, dairy, or anything like that, you can't keep it anywhere in your vehicle unless it's chilled.
I'm not actually going to motor, like people go motorhomes, they've got fridges, and I suppose
Well,
they're
yeah, for
that way.
motorhomes,
But
yeah.
obviously, but you can't take anything like that. But we have been told in Velde Europe, which is about 2 stops on the train from Disneyland Paris. They've got a big massive supermarket there. Apparently they've got a big massive Primark there as well, but I don't think I've been any Primarks while I'm in Disney.
Don't want to see the word Primarks when I'm on a holiday, Cheryl.
I know you don't. But yeah, apparently there's a big supermarket there which sells all the bits and pieces you want. And also at Disney itself, some of the like local shops. And apparently there's a garage near the Santa Fe one as well. They do things like milk and stuff, so that'd be handy about filling things up, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because like, the rule is we can obviously fill up the car before we go down to Folkestone, because obviously we're stopping overnight, aren't we? And then before we leave to go on Eurotunnel, see if we're going to find this petrol station, fill that up here, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that should be enough to get us to France and to back again.
And the biggest rule of thumb that you need to remember, that when you get into France, and if you've got a digital like speedometer on your car, change it from miles to kilometres, because if you don't, you're going to get confused by the numbers, which are all in kilometres, aren't they?
Oh yeah, that's you figured that out, didn't you? So
yeah, because our old vehicle hasn't got a kilometre speedometer on it, so there's not a chance we could take the old car into France. But Ben's car has the digital display, so basically just swap it over to kilometres and all that, and I think that's about it, isn't it?
I think that's all we've covered actually. Oh yeah, another thing is, again, this could be for driving. This covers driving in France, whether or going by plane or by going through the Eurostar. Where it comes to like medications and things like that. Because obviously Ben's on control medication, I'm on control medication, aren't I? Basically, what I've done for sake of both of us, actually, to be honest with you. I went to the doctors. Obviously, I said to the doctors that me and Ben are on this type of medication, and obviously we're going to France. He said that's absolutely fine. He's actually done us a letter covering us for us to take our medication with us. Again, it was free. It wasn't too bad actually, because I do believe some GP surgeries can actually charge as well. So we've got that, and then I'm also going to take our prescription things as well, just to prove that sort of thing. So that's only just to cover us. I don't know if that's something you have to do or not, because I know they do have a controlled, on the French embassy website, they do have like medications which are controlled, which aren't controlled. So again, because once a day we got controlled medications, just
make sure you get a letter from your doctor or whoever you need to get one from.
But yes, I think that's about it actually, isn't it?
Alright, so coming up tomorrow is a Primark's haul.
No, it's not. It's a Primark shop with me.
Yeah, well, it's a haul, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a whole thing, yeah. Obviously shopping for me, of course.
Yeah.
You had to look for yourself, didn't you? But there was nothing in there you wanted, was there?
No, because basically you're looking for Disney stuff for men. It's all women really in Primark, isn't it?
But from seeing the vloggers we've been watching on YouTube in the
parks. Tell a lie. We've ordered some hoodies and t-shirts, haven't we?
Oh yeah,
so hopefully they'll arrive just in time. I've not had no emails or anything to say when they're coming or not. It's a bit worrying, though, isn't it?
We had an email. I saw an email this morning saying they've been dispatched today.
Well, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it comes through on the other email. So you have to hope, fingers crossed, they should be here as well. So yeah, and also coming up, we've got a pack with me, which I've been packing.
Yeah.
And obviously I've done a try on as well of all my Disney clothes I brought, so you can see what sort of outfits I'm wearing in the park.
Okay, guys. So that's vlog number 2 on going to France and Disneyland Paris, isn't it? And there's breaking news on my phone. Anyway, like the video, comment down below, hit the subscribe button. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye everyone.